Is there anybody out there? Oh, here we go. There's a couple. Morning, Slot Car Hub. Shane, how are you, mate? Jeff? I'm just, I finally got some time to myself to do some slot stuff. So I've just set up a new room just to be able to do stuff because it's too cold out in the garage. It's just bloody freezing out there. Yeah, so I've got a magnetic racing phone holder out in the garage, and Doug and Ian sent me a couple with the last package that arrived here. And I thought, well, time to get another one going. So just doing a dry fit. And then I've got somewhere to put my phone while I'm in here. It's a bit... what's going on with that? It's a bit tight here. But I've got to get myself organised, and I'll make it work. Yeah, so what's happening, Hub? Busy at work? I'm going to paint some figures. I'm just going to put this together first, and then I'm going to get stuck into making some painting some figures, which I've been wanting to do for a long time. So finally getting the opportunity to do that. Like I said, it's been too cold to sit out in the garage lately. So, yeah. So this is the reason for today's live, is just, I thought, well, I'll go and paint some figures and start doing some stuff in this room. I only just set it up last night, and I thought I might as well just go live. Bugger it. Why not? Brad. Hello all. Got all my devices on slot car channels tonight. Well done, mate. Good stuff. I'm about to super glue my hands together here. Fair income. Picked up the bottle with the lid off. That was clever, wasn't it? It's been one of those weekends. It really has been one of those weekends. How's everyone else's weekend? I know it's Tuesday, but I go back to work tomorrow. And so today's my last opportunity to do this sort of stuff. So anyway, make it work, eh? Been a real busy weekend, family-wise, with Ryan home from the army for the weekend. So he hasn't got long to go, and then he gets posted. So the missus wanted to spend as much time with him as possible. Yeah, Hub's at work. Hughesy's jumped on. G'day, Hughesy. How are you, mate? What are you up to today? What have you got going? Right, that's done. Put the phone up there. Let that dry a bit first. So the lighting's not the best in here. I've got to get myself a lamp. Yeah. If I've got somewhere to put it. I've got a bloody printer here on the desk. I think that's got to go somewhere else. That's taking up a lot of room. So I'm sort of regretting I didn't get a corner desk there, because it would have been handy to have some stuff over here. But like I said, I'll make it work. We'll make it work. All right. Let's see how we go. I might put some music on in the background. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? What's this? That's working. Can you guys hear that? No, I can't hear it here. Let's see. I've got the volume turned down. No, she's up full. Let's check some settings here. Audio. That's better. Now I can hear it. It's going to put me to sleep, I reckon. Well, I know I've got super glue on the bloody mat. It just stuck me arm to it. I'm having a ripper of a day so far, tell you what. Anyway. It's laid back enough. Yeah, everyone can hear it. Yeah, good. I just didn't have the speakers on. G'day, Anthony. Great to see you on Saturday night. Real good bunch of blokes racing down at Bonza on Saturday night, for those of you who don't know. Anthony was there and we had a ball. Anthony and Slot Car Hub was there and Alex Bonza, obviously, because we raced at his place. But that was a real good night. I needed that. And I even won a heat. Can you believe that? Yeah. All right. Let's get stuck into it. Yeah, I've got some figures here that are sort of half done. I need to finish off, so yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. So got a couple of the old standard ones that you get from the eBay, I think. But there's a couple that I've printed. He's one of my favourite photographers, so I've got to finish painting him. So I think I'll do him first. God, I wish I had more light. I really do. I might have to go and pinch my light from in the garage. Oh, let's see how we go. We'll struggle along. Okay. Anyone got one of these? The little craft container from Magnetic Racing. How cool is that? These are really good. Keep all your brushes and everything in one place. Don't need them right now. So far, Speedway. G'day, mate. How are you? Watching Herreras Carrera and now me. Ooh. Wow, I'm up there with the big league. The Herreras Carrera. That's cool. Slot Car Hub says doing a video on it tonight. From Saturday night. Yeah, you got. I didn't even think of picking up the camera and doing a lot of video, mate. I got a couple of bits and pieces, but I don't think it's worth putting up. I didn't get enough. But anyway. Yeah. Anthony's looking forward to it, Hub. That's good. I might give this guy another coat of paint on his shirt. See how that goes. One sec, fellas. I'm just going to give you a paint stirrer. Talk amongst yourselves. Actually, I won't get my paint stirrer. I packed it away somewhere. I can't remember. It's going to take too long to find, so it's all right. I was super quick dick. That Rothman's Revo slot Porsche, that was hanging on Saturday night. That was really good. And I've got to say thank you to Steve B for lending me his Le Mans GT1 to race as well. Just a really good night. All the blokes that turn up are good blokes, and everyone enjoys a laugh. And we certainly had that. So shout out to all the boys that were there. You might see me tongue pop out the side of my mouth or something while I'm doing this. Yeah, Anthony, that Porsche, yeah, I love it. They are just the best class. Although the Group 2s were good too, weren't they? Yeah, I agree, Hub. Absolutely agree. 10 out of 10 for sure. Oh, g'day, Dave. Nice to see you here, mate. Aren't you supposed to be working too? Never mind. This is more important, isn't it? Slot cards. Just concentrating, fellas. So how's everyone's weekend? As I said, we were pretty busy just spending time with family. The oldest had a bit of a head injury last week. We were working on the brother-in-law's car, and he was hanging off a suspension arm, a trailing arm, because I got my finger stuck in a couple of the parts there, and he was reefing off that to get my finger out, and the thing moved and smacked himself in the head with it. So split his head open. Off to the Royal Melbourne Hospital, ended up with 6 stitches. That was on the King's birthday holiday, so the local hospitals had no doctors. Can you believe that? Anyway, he's better. He popped in. He had his he had a bit of a housewarming on Saturday. He's got another one next Saturday, and so we saw him. That was good. Dropped the youngest one off at the base up at Puckapunyal, and we'll see him. All being well, we'll see him again this weekend. Where are we? Anthony's saying, "G'day, Dave." Anthony, are we all hiding from our bosses? He is. No, you guys might be, but yeah, I'm rostered. I start back tomorrow. So Wednesday to Wednesday for me. Hub's having a coffee. Cheers, mate. Oh, a lot of Aussie guys here. I don't know what time it is over in the States or UK, but I didn't really plan this, so I wasn't. Just thought I'll go and do some stuff, and I thought I'll just turn the camera on, see what happens. So that's not looking too bad. A bit more paint coverage on it. I don't know if you can see that. So he can sit there. What else can I do while I've got the white paint out? Everyone's saying g'day. Oh, Dave, you've been crook all weekend. Oh, was it that bloody flu that's been doing the rounds? I think your brother had it. I certainly had it. Quite a few. My son had it. He had it pretty bad. He gave it to me, the bastard. So I hope it wasn't that one, mate, because that's pretty nasty. So fast. 5:20 p.m. West Coast of Canada. Okay. So you've finished work, It's Monday over there, isn't it? So do you work, mate? What do you do? Just about time to crack open a beer. I like your thinking. I like your thinking. Dave says, my son passed it on. Yeah, 5 days and counting. Oh, mate. I didn't have it that long. I had probably 3 days. Get better soon, mate. So Fast is retired. Nice. So what do you do to fill in your time apart from slot cars? Here's John D. John D was there on Saturday night. Thanks for the link to that little video, John. I got it. I checked it out. And it's close to DG Raceway. What was it called? DG Racing, I think it was called. What was it? A Spanish video? Was that from Spain, that video? Oh, it's coming thick and fast now. G'day, Scott. How are you, mate? How you travelling, mate? Yes. Slot Car Hub said good night Saturday night. It was a great night. Needed it. Hey, George is here. Welcome along, George. How are you, mate? Been keeping busy with printing all those bodies, I hope. Tell you what, I've got to get up my bum and order one. I really do. Wifey's honey-do list, yeah. All the stuff I put off while I was working. Yeah, you can't run from that one now, can you, mate? Scott's been out getting canopy glue. Dave, what size brush do you use for figures? I've got a few to paint. I bought these ones off. Amazon, I think. Golden maple, not that really means much, but that's a size 1. And you can see she's seen better days, but that's pretty fine. Yeah, I just bought a bunch of them, so you might be able to see how fine some of those are, the black ones. And they come with those little plastic tubes to protect them. And then it goes right up to these fatter. They're just cheap ones, mate. You don't need anything expensive. Just cheap, and it just depends on what you're painting. You can see how intricate. So getting in under his arms, I've got to paint I've missed an arm for the flesh tone, so I've got to paint that as well. So yeah, it's just get a small brush and don't have too much to drink the night before, and you won't have the shakes. And it gets time consuming, mate. That's the biggest thing, is it just takes time to get through them all. But you know what it's like. You've always got something to do. And it's always, I'll do this first and I'll do them later. And then all of a sudden, they're stacked up waiting for you, you know. And the light in here is terrible. And then you end up with a whole heap, a lot like So Fast. You put off all these jobs, and then all of a sudden you go, you know what? I just got to get in and do it. But painting figures is can be tedious, but it can be relaxing too. Let's see if there's any more. Why aren't you sitting by yourself? No way. There he goes. See what else we can paint with the white. So there you go, Dave. I hope that helps, mate. Lots of comments. Thank you, George. That's good, mate. You're doing good. Hub saying g'day to George. You see saying that's cool, Scott. Got some canopy glue. He's going to get up there and get some stuff done. Yeah, those on Amazon. You got those too, have you, George? They're not expensive, and they do a good job. They do a pretty good job. Yep, they do. No worries, Dave. All good. For the super small areas, yes. And for eyes, I use, what do they call it? A designer's pencil or an architect's pencil. You know, the ones where you insert the lead, click, click, click as you go. I find it, just use one of those for their eyes. I just paint they're so small. Everyone knows how small the figures are. So, you know, I mean, if you got something that small, I don't know if you can even see how small, so small. It's not even going to pick it up. But yeah, that's getting eyes drawn on people is just, it's crazy. So I just use a pencil and dot on each eye. Who's going to tell from 3 or 4 feet away when you're looking at a crowd of people, you know? I don't get too fiddly with it. Like I said, most of the people on a track are going to be 3 or 4 feet away, and they're just there for effect, really. Tell you what, I need to get a bloody lamp in here. I need to get a good light. Anyway, we'll get through it. What else is happening here? Chris Petskowski's here. How are you, mate? What are you up to on a Monday evening? Monday evening where you are, Chris? I can't keep track of who's where. Which is a good thing, I suppose. There's so many people that we're all getting to know in the slot car community that it's hard to keep up. It's not a bad thing. So the reason I'm painting these guys, these photographers, in white shirts is because I'm probably going to put paint vests on them. And with the white undercoat, I guess you could say, it'll help it to pop, help the vests to really pop. That's the reason for why I'm painting them all with white shirts. Yeah, how are those pits going, Dave? I'd like to know. You have mentioned you're going to do some painting on them, and they are coming up really good. How good are the magnetic racing kits with the pits? Just turn that heater off. Yeah, they're a bloody good kit, aren't they? That center module that you used, that's what I made my first pits with, and I've kept that, and that's now on the new one. Just so good. What I did with the front of mine, like you've got that gap, that open bay underneath the actual tower. I put some windows in that, and then I clad the sides with some corrugated cardboard, that real fine stuff, and it come up real good. I was really, really happy with it. So when I started building the new set of pits, the Goodwood pits, I thought I've got to keep that tower. It's just too good. Everyone's saying g'day to Chris. Joe from Slot Card Dojo is very good at painting figures. I'll have to go and search his channel and get some tips. Thanks, George. Hey, Dave's here. Welcome, mate. 10:26 a.m. Cool. 10:26 a.m. Can't be. It's only just gone 10:30 a.m. here. 10:26. Oh, you put that up at 10:26 a.m. Sorry, mate. What is the time where you are, mate? I'm not going to get anything done going through all these comments. All right, Hub. I'll chat to you later, mate. Have a good day. George, we have female figures with large jugs, so you do not have to worry about the face. No one's looking at their face, eh? Classic, love it. Nick V is here from South Australia. G'day, Nick. Nice to have you here, mate. Thanks for having a look in. Righto. What's going on? Watching your live, says Chris, and the Joe and Jen show. 8:30 p.m. in Ohio. Okay. We're getting a bit further across the country now. Dave's saying the pits are great and easy to build. I've got a big halo light with a magnifying glass. Okay. I use those. I should be using them now, but it's a bit hard to read comments and do all that sort of stuff. One sec, I'll grab them. What do you think of those ones? They got a light on them, and it does make it easier to see what you're doing. I can tell you that. But there's a flaggy. I might do him now, but yeah, it's a bit hard to. Hurts the old eyes when I'm looking up and looking down and looking up and looking down all the time. Put these back on so I can see anything at all. Yeah, fine detail stuff, yep. Dave. Yeah, John D pointed me into the direction of a video. He said it had a link to me, but it was DG Racing, I think. And they were 1/24th scale Formula One cars. Very nice detail, very nice cars, but they're very expensive apparently. 5:30 p.m. for Dave. Chris, Jen B. Joe again. Look like a scientist. Hardly. Yeah, George, get them anywhere, mate. Amazon, any of those places, they've all got them. And good thing about them is that there's a type. I don't know what's a USB type A or something. Comes with a little charging lead, USB-C or whatever that is, and you charge them up, and you got two brightness settings on the LED. The LED itself is adjustable, interchangeable lenses. They are putrid. God, yeah. So they just clip in like that. And not very expensive. I think they're about 40 Australian dollars when I bought them. I've had them a while, so I don't know what they're going for now. But They help your eyes, that's for sure. That's the main thing. So, well worth getting, because none of us are getting any younger. Neither are our eyes. Yeah. Nick almost see through time with that. You should see when they put the serious lenses in. You know, if you need to use them to paint, are we actually going to be able to see that detail when they're on the track? No. It's funny though, isn't it? You put all that effort into painting them really good, and then, like I said, they sit 3 feet away from you. You can't see anything. Hello, Dick. Close. That's better. G'day, Eric. How are you, mate? Oops, hang on, I missed it. That would be great for painting interiors. Yeah, why not? Use them for all sorts of things, mate. Did you send me a message? Yes, you did. Okay. So this is what you see Slot Cars Dave is using to paint with. It's a magnifying glass with a LED ring. $60. That'd be a really good one too, I reckon. I have thought of those, but space on the bench, especially in here now, is at a premium. So those ones you wear don't take up any bench space, which is a bonus for me at the moment. Tell you what, it's hard having the slot car track in the garage where most of my stuff is now. I'm slowly getting there, and every time I need something, I've got to run back there and grab it, and we'll get it sorted. We'll get it sorted. All right. Who am I painting next? I'm going to paint this guy. I might paint him up like a Victorian flag marshal. So they wear white overalls or coveralls. I actually did some flag marshalling a very long time ago with the Victorian flag marshalling team. Good bunch of people. There's no payment for it or anything. You just do it out of your own pocket. But your entry to the racetrack's free. They supply lunch. Well, they did back when I was doing it. Yeah, and it's access all areas too. So, and we had a training day out at Calder Park for those Aussies that know Calder Park, and it was a free for all. Basically, it was just as much a training day for the flag marshals as it was for some drivers who would use it as a free practice day, if you like. So we had everything from open wheelers, Formula Fords, to GT Cortinas, right up to HQs. And when you're learning to judge speed as a flag marshal, and you've got a Formula 4 being hunted down by a HQ and all that sort of stuff, you wonder if they are even going to see them. You know, the HQ boys are sitting a lot higher than the Formula Ford guys and coming into braking areas and turning in, and you just think, you know, are they watching our flags? Do they know what's happening? But that was a great time. It was a long time ago. I had aspirations of flagging up at Bathurst, but, you know, shit happens in life, and life goes a different direction, and yeah, that was that. But it was a good time. It was a good time. Good people, like I said. I'll get back to the chat in a minute, guys. Just want to get this bloke done. This is just the first coat, so I'm not going to be too pedantic about him. So the missus is at work. Both boys are at work. Got a house to myself. It's nice and quiet. Gotta love that. So yeah, I didn't have much time this weekend, apart from Saturday night when we went racing. But yeah, didn't have much time. Haven't had much time to do anything else. It's not car related. So I was glad that I've got this time today. Even if it's painting figures, it doesn't really matter to me. If I can get some time to spend on my own doing this sort of stuff, I'm pretty happy. So like I said, I'm back to work tomorrow. And for those who don't know, I work a 12-hour day. Well, I say I'm there for 12 hours a day. As I'm sure Hub will tell everyone, I don't do anything at all. Unlike him, hardest working bloke in the universe, apparently. So, yeah. Well, I might paint his flag so that when I paint his flag, it'll be nice and bright. Okay, here's a poll. What colour flag is this flaggy going to be holding? Tell me what colour you want me to paint him. I'll paint him up. I'll do... Put some paint on the post as well. All right. No, he's not going to stand up. Oh, yeah. All right. What have I missed? Everyone's just saying g'day to everyone. Scott said he was at JCar looking at those lights, magnifying glass lights. George, you got the same problem. I thought everything was in that room where you've got your oval set up. Is that one big room with your routed track and you got an oval as well? You got everything set up in a built-in robe, which is a bloody good idea. I like that one. So that's another option for me. Yeah, Wildman's in the same predicament. There's a better one that clamps to your table on a retractable arm. That's how I've got my light out in the garage. I've used one of those adjustable microphone boom arms. I used to put this camera on it, but now it's just on it's on a tripod, but it's one of those selfie arms or whatever they're called. So that works all right for this. So I've clipped it's a clip-on LED light, which is really good. And I was thinking I'll do the same here because you can get those boom arms for like $30 on Amazon. So I may do that and get another one of those LED lights because they are nice and bright. Have I got an RDO? No, mate. My roster is Wednesday to Wednesday. So we do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's 12 hours a day. That's a 36-hour week. And then I go back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I have 6 days off. Repeat. Wednesday to Wednesday, 6 days off. Wednesday to Wednesday, 6 days off. So I'm up at 4:30, home at 7. And if there's any overtime on the weekends, I try and avoid it, but sometimes I can't. I have to go in, which I'm not a fan of anymore. So, yeah. So Glenn Perrin. G'day, Glenn. I did fire marshalling. It took me 3 years to realise that they were being used with very little appreciation. That was for the Indy cars on the Gold Coast. Oh, okay. Right. So you're in it for 3 years, mate. And why was there very little appreciation? I thought the drivers would appreciate having fireys there. That's interesting. Having a day off from retirement, you're busy doing something. Everyone's saying g'day. So Nick races with Alan, and he was a flaggy at the Adelaide Grand Prix. He has some good stories. I bet he has. So George is saying the one upstairs is the oval, and downstairs in the office is the Area 51 track. So up and down the stairs. Oh, bugger that. Bobbin says you get your exercise. George is the same. You have that schedule 3 12-hour days, Thursday through to Saturday. What do you do, George? Oh, Dave, already thinking about an oval. Tell you what, I like the idea of oval racing. I don't think I've seen anyone here do it. Yeah, would you start making brass chassis sprint cars or something like that, or would you just run stockers like the guys in the States do in the home racing world? I'd love to. That'd be great, I reckon. That'd be good. Glenn, what do I do? I'm an ink maker, mate. I make inks and coatings for gravure printing. We print flexible food packaging. Well, we used to make all our own stuff. A lot of the stuff they buy it in now. I guess you could say I'm more of a storeman than I am an ink maker these days. That's just the way it goes. Chris, I'm still playing retirement. Every day is a Saturday. And George is a fleet mechanic for tractor trailers, semis. We just call them trucks over here. Tractor trailers, semi-trailers. Fleet mechanic. Keep you busy. George is saying you can run late model cars like the ones we are developing. Okay. Dave's thinking out loud, saying it'll fold in half and slide under the current track. Ooh, interesting. I like it. You can make a roval. What's a roval? Glenn, the drivers were too far removed from the working class marshals, so very little interaction with them. That's a shame, isn't it? That is a shame. George has said a road course and an oval in one track, sort of like Indianapolis, Daytona, those sort of ovals. And Dave said definitely run stockers. We've got plenty of bodies to buy in from the States. Good stuff. Yeah. All right. Who's next? Here's another marshal of some sort. He needs another coat of white on his top. That's a bit thin. So I'll give this guy another coat of paint. I don't know if I'll do another live like this while I'm painting figures. I'm not getting enough done. Too busy chatting. That's all right. I appreciate everyone dropping what they're doing to come and have a chat on my channel. I do appreciate it, fellas. Thanks for coming and spending your time here. I've just looked up and seen Dave has said, I was thinking maybe a tri-oval like Talladega. Yeah, like Daytona's got the infield as well. Which I reckon's a great idea. You got the option, I suppose. Even if you don't put in digital lane changes, you could always have manual lane changes and and have two tracks in one, couldn't you? You could have the oval, and then you can move your flippers across and have a oval and road course, a roval. I learned a new word today. Thank you, George. A roval. Is that an actual word, or is it just what you guys call it? I know what I need. I need me blue tack. Kevin from Racetrack Scenics has made one, a roval. I'll check that out. Scott says a 4-lane oval might be something I could drive without busting cars up until the red mist descends. Yeah, exactly, Dave. All right, so fast. Thanks for stopping by, mate. Appreciate it. You go and enjoy supper. Thank you, Chris. Okay, Nick is standing here watching the bloody CNC do everything. Are you routing a track, or is that what you do for a quid, mate? And George says it's a routed track nickname. So it's not a term that people use often in the States for those road course oval setups. We use it's a male recessed plug from Clipsal, and we have the female extension lead ends on the controllers. And I was told when I first got into it that you don't have the male end on the controller because kids can just go and put them into a wall socket and zap themselves. So that's why we have the female ends on our controllers. And yeah, we have a recessed male plug in the track, 3-prong, just a 240 volt setup. Well, it's 12 volt, but I mean 240 volt plugs. What are you using up there, Glenn? Are you guys using the banana plugs or whatever, the type they use in the States? Yeah, Dave's saying the same thing, standard wall plug type. Yeah. Readily available down here, mate. Male on track. George is saying, Scott, no, you'll break more with an oval. That is a dangerous combination, Dave. Yeah, I'll grab my controller and I'll show you, Glenn. Bloody cold out in the garage. Okay, Glenn. It's just a female extension lead plug, and the male is on the track. So Nick does CNC work, and he's made a track with it. Oh, that'd be handy. What, you've only made a track? Geez, I'd be up to number 10 by now if I had access to a CNC at work. Yep, Dave's right. It's a foolproof setup. It's quite robust too. My reasoning is that all you need is an extension lead from the wall to the track, and you have mains power directly to the track. No, you can't. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean, but I'd never even thought of doing that. Never thought of that. John D. I've heard Roval used a lot by NASCAR, creating road courses by adding track to the oval infield. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, mate. Glenn says he uses round earth pin. Oh, okay. Right. Yep. And Brad's slot car circuit says, stepped out for a bit. Back now. I want a tri-oval 1/24 scale track, maybe in fall. We call that autumn. So, yeah, you're only a few months out now. XLR connections, that's what I was thinking. Yep. You don't find that a bit of a pain clipping 3 connections every time you want to hook up to the track? We just push that plug in and we're off. Round earth pin cannot be connected to mains power. Your system can allow an everyday extension lead to be connected to the track. True. Now that I think of it, yeah, you're right. Where do you get your round earth pin set up from? Chris is using alligator clips, but he wants to add the XLR eventually. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I suppose it is, Glenn. Now that you highlight that. However, I don't think anyone here is going to do that. But yeah, you're right. I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, let us know where you get the round earth pin plugs from. Is that just through like MIDIs or someone like that supplies electrical trade, I suppose? And John D is saying Bayswater Woodworking Shop, all boards. Will CNC a slot track for you to your design for not much more than the MDF. That's where Mark Pollard got his track routed, and he did the design himself. There's a question. Does anybody know of an easy program you can use to set lane widths and then design a track within the confines of a said layout? I would love to know, because every time I fiddle around with track design at work, it's just on graph paper and it's a pain in the ass, to be honest. Just putting my brush in some water while I'm busy yapping. Hardwire it and anchor the wire so you cannot yank it off. Yeah, I understand, Glenn. I get your point, mate. So the round pin plugs are from any electrical outlet. Well, the next track, I think I might do that. The round earth pin is designed for low voltage lighting. Okay. So Dave draws a picture, hands it to the wood guy, and let them do it. Okay. It's just something I'd like to be able to fiddle around with on the computer while I've got time. If I'm not doing anything, especially at work. Isn't that right, Hub? 12 hours of work and an hour and a half of actually doing something these days. Does my head in. Round earth pins used to be the national standard. That would have been some time ago, mate. Yeah, CAD. I was asking for something, that's got the basics already done with curves and stuff like that. We call it a ground here on a 3-prong electrical plug here in the US. Yeah, earth pin. Yeah, ground. AutoCAD type programs will allow you to design a track and give the CNC shop. Okay, I'll have to look up some AutoCAD programs. I've got Tinkercad, but that's not really suited to designing a layout, really. It's more for designing 3D stuff. You can draw any track on 2D CAD programs. All right, I'm going to have to look some of those up. Thanks for those suggestions, fellas. Really cool. Appreciate it. Might as well keep painting, eh? Appreciating everyone's input today. It's only my second solo live where I'm doing stuff for myself, so I appreciate everyone jumping on. Didn't even look online to see what time zones everyone was in. I just thought I'll go live. Someone wants to jump on, they can. Printed off some chairs, but they're not really good. Don't know if you can see the legs. A bit flat. It's supposed to be a wheel, that flat bit. But anyway, the old 3D printer doesn't get used much. I don't spend a lot of time on it. So, yeah, I learned to live with blobs and bits hanging off and that sort of stuff. It doesn't worry me too much, especially on things like a chair that'll go in the timing tower on the track, and it'll probably get super glued to the floor anyway. So, it doesn't really worry me too much, that sort of stuff. So let's get this guy painted. Those are the best lives. The ones you just impromptu, I'm going live. Yeah. Eric, it's 8 o'clock where he is. 8 o'clock. Are you right on the east coast? Were you on the west coast? I can't remember. Still have my jig for a 4-lane 1/24th track with 5 feet radius. 3-lane will fit on 4 foot, so I have the start. Okay, cool. Still at work. You're a truckie, aren't you, Eric? Glenn, you need CAD to design a track and for the CNC computer to read the design. Yeah. Okay, so you need CAD. You want some of those wobbly chairs, Dave? I haven't fired that thing up in ages, so I might fire it up and see what I can do with it, because I don't know if I need some fresh. I don't know if I need some fresh resin or not. I don't know what the shelf life is on this. I haven't done it for probably at least 12 months. Don't know if this stuff goes off or what. There's no. There's no use by date on it. Best cleaned with 95% ethanol. That's readily available to me. I normally use IPA, but if all I need is some meths, I'll grab some from work. Nick's saying, unfortunately, we only use certain CAD programs that talk to the CNC due to the cost of the license you purchase to operate it. Okay. Scott, I'm looking for a single lane wood track on a single MDF sheet to practice on. Just haven't come up with a design yet. All you need to do, mate, is start routing, and you'll work it all out. Just start by doing straight lines with a piece of timber as a guide. Clamp that to it, but go online and find out. You should be able to find diagrams on Google, which is the best direction to run the router. So sometimes, depending on which side of the guide or the fence you're using, will determine whether you push it or pull it, because the router rotates one way. So you'll get a better cut if you're going a certain way, depending on what side of the fence you're on. Always have the fence on the left, the router on the right, you push. If the router's on the left and the fence is on the right, you pull. But go on Google when you're ready to do that, or give me a yell. Walben's in the Midwest. Okay, Midwest. It's 9 o'clock where Chris is. Brad's 6 o'clock in Northern California and down to 89 degrees Fahrenheit. What's that, about 26, 27 degrees? Very nice. I think today here is about 8 or 9 degrees Celsius. So we're right in the midst of winter here, mate. And I live up in I'm about 600 meters above sea level. What's that? 200 feet above sea level. Is that right? No, 1,800 feet above sea level. So we do get snow here. We haven't had it for a couple of years, but yeah, it gets bitingly cold up here. The wind just goes straight through you. Brad, it's 31 degrees in Celsius. Oh, heaven. Sensational. I miss that. I really do. Dave, this printer is a few years old now. It's been well superseded. It'll still do the job, but the stuff that they're coming out with now, and especially FDM printers, the film, the plastic film, not film, the plastic FDM printers are doing almost as good a job as the resin printers. So don't just look at it. Actually, if I was to buy a 3D printer, I'd go with an FDM printer, because the resin is toxic, and you've got to be very careful when you're cleaning and printing. This has got a charcoal filter on it, and when I print, I will open the window and I'll have a fan on this side blowing it out, and I probably won't be in the room while it's running. But yeah, I've got a twin cartridge respirator, nitrile gloves. The cleaning process is a pain in the ass. It really is a pain in the ass. You got to clean your tools. You got to clean the film in the bottom. Yeah, there's a lot of mucking around with the resin printers. To be honest, if I get another printer, I'll get an FDM printer. Talk to Johnny V. He's doing some awesome stuff with his FDM printer. Chris is saying, Scott, watch Ron Swift slots. There you go. He'll break it down for you. I'm going to have to throw my resin out as I still haven't worked out issues. What issues are you having, Eric? Elegoo Saturn 4 Ultra, 16K. That's one of your big ones, isn't it, George? John's saying, contact all boards, since I think they may do the CNC without a file, given a clear dimension design on paper without too much extra expense. Dave saying, thank you to George for that recommendation. Geez, I'm a fair way behind. So Slotman's got a Creality, same as this one. Halo. It was working great until it wasn't. Well, the Halos came out after mine. Who's looking at a bamboo? I'm in the boonies. You're in the boonies. What are you talking about, mate? You live down near Geelong. Bamboo PS1 is a good printer. Get an AMS with it. What's an AMS? That's what George has got. Filament printer is still good, which is also Creality. Yeah, you'd know, George. You'd know. That stuff stinks, doesn't it? Yeah, to be honest, John, I don't think I'll even bother, mate. This thing is so old that anything out there now is so much better. And like I said, I'll probably go to a filament printer. Yeah, George has got 2 of them. Yeah, resin can be very messy if you're not careful. And good luck getting it off things it may spill on. Yeah. $1,200. Wow. I think I paid about, at the time, I think that was about $600. And like I said, it's probably 4 or 5 years old now. So George has got 4 resin printers and 2 filament printers. So all your bodies that you print, they're all resin, and you're using a flexible resin at all. And I'm guessing the filament printers are for the chassis and the motor pods. Brad's setting himself up with a new laptop and then an Allegoo printer. AMS, Automatic Material System. That's on the filament, yeah? Yeah, it stinks. It's not good. So the resin printer has a corrupt file and it wiped out. Can't even go into the menu on the machine. It's non-responsive. Chuck it in the bin. Unless it's fairly new, then yeah, do whatever you can to get it going again. But if that happened with this, I'd just throw it in the bin. Chris is in the Hocking Hills. Some would say the boonies. Brad's closest town has a population of less than 6,000. I live in a town with a population of about 5. And it was about 4 when I moved here. Yep, ABS resin for the bodies. Eric's in Boonville. I got you all beat. Oh, it's not even a year old. Oh, that's a bit sad, mate. Not a good thing. All right, keep painting, Dick. Shut up. What? Farmer wants a wife was where you are. What, in Romsey? Or was it out the back of Lansfield or somewhere like that? Because I never heard that before. Probably because I don't watch it. Now, what are you doing watching Farmer Wants a Wife, mate? That's the question. I'm a bit sus on you now, mate. Watching Farmer Wants a Wife. Even Scott's laughing. G'day, Clearwater. Thanks for dropping in, mate. How are you? We are talking about absolutely anything and everything at the moment. So if you want to chime in and talk about something, go for it, mate. I'm just painting some figures, enjoying some me time. So it's 11:15 Tuesday morning here. I'm back at work tomorrow. So this is my last roster day off. So I'm spending it painting figures. Let's catch up on the chat. Yeah, that's what we did, mate. 9 years ago, just over 9 years ago, we left a booming suburb, and the amount of people was doing my head in. It was crazy. So we moved up here, went from nearly 40,000 people to 4. Oh, here we go. Here come the excuses. The wife was watching Farmer Wants a Wife. Sure she was. You were watching MasterChef. I really only need a printer. Sure you were, mate. Nick, this is where Dave blames the wife making him watch it. Exactly. Good stuff. Thanks for the laugh, fellas. Yeah, my wife doesn't watch a lot of those shows. She hates them. Although she used to watch, what was that other crap? Yeah, I think she watched the first season of Married at First Sight, I think it was. And she just can't stand that shit now. So that's saying something because I thought it was all the Sheilas that love that. Although Hub probably likes that show. I reckon. Let me know, Dave, is he always talking about Married at First Sight to you? Because I reckon Hub would love that show. He's not on at the moment, is he? That's what I like about him now. I'm terrible. Where are we? Scott, I bet Dave doesn't watch Home and I either. That's still on. Should have got rid of that crap years ago. George, if you want to get an FDM printer at a good price, there is the Elegoo Centauri Carbon, which is $300 US. Is that supposed to be, George? I don't even know what the FDM printers are worth. I haven't really looked at them, but if I was to get another printer, it would be one of them. Sit there for a minute. Dave's saying he only needs a printer for chassis and track items. Yeah, but you can print so much other stuff as well. Like Johnny V, he's got all the bits and pieces for the timing box. Like he's got this little thing you screw in and it swivels in and holds the sensor in place, and he's got a file that he used to print off all the bits and pieces for his toolbox, like the little boxes that hold his screws and all that sort of stuff. He's printed all of that. You can print so much stuff. I had a girl from Mags. What's Mags? Lived down the road from me. Oh, maths. Married at First Sight. Disgusting? Or you like discussing maths? Clearwater says, mine watches all the political stuff, so I keep buying ammo. We don't have that issue down here, mate. We don't have guns. Well, there's guns out there, but every household doesn't have a gun like in the States. Hughesy's back. Hub definitely watches that stuff. Have you got me on in the background just listening, mate? Eric's saying g'day to Shane. Dave, Hughesy, g'day. Yep, that was a typo. US dollars. Quite a paint collection. Oh, these are just the Tamiya's. So there's the skin tone one that I use. Flat flesh. XF15. Whites, greys, silvers, greens, blues. There's a clear. These are just some browns. Yeah, they're only a couple of dollars each, and they go a long way for painting figures. So they're easy to pick up just for painting figures, mate. Eric's asking if they are the printers that George used. He said yes, both Bamboo and Centauri. Yeah, I have a Fly M3 BMW JPS, and it's got the stub axle front. And a bloke at work who just bought an FDM printer, I asked him if he could take my chassis, the Fly chassis, and put a motor pod in it, which was at the back, because the Fly cars, you'd know, have the motor at the front and then the long shaft with the spring in it to the gears. And so he made me a chassis out of FDM, but it was very, very fine, very small amount of meat around the angle winder pod that he put in it, and it kept snapping. So I said to him, give me the STL and I'll try it on the resin printer, and it's still in one piece using resin. So yeah, it's resin has its place, that's for sure. The best thing was I got a solid axle in the front of it now. Glenn, John, we never had to have smoke alarms in our homes, but here we are. I know the likelihood of an extension leading to a track socket is low, but it is easy to do with common household equipment. Yeah, it is. Hughesy says his wife, and his daughter watch that boat one. What's the boat one? What's the boat one? Just the bad guys have guns. Yeah, I guess. He's been fitting a camera doorbell thingy. Okay. So that's what you're going to watch. You're going to watch the postman drop off all your parcels. There's Dan. Dan's getting some love. Yeah, resin's great for figures and bodies. Yeah, you can get a lot of detail with the resin printers. You can print very, very fine layers. Every time a fly lands on the door, he gets a notification. That would drive me bloody mad. Below Deck. Is that a New Zealand show? Below Deck? You design your own chassis on Blender. Is Blender's not the slicing program, is it? That must be a CAD program. Dave, Glenn, we're in a society now that has to have warning labels on everything. I'd like to think the people I have around are reasonably smart. Yeah. Government don't want us to think for ourselves, do they? Dave's wife's never heard of that, Shane. Clearwater, absolutely. Some of the stuff they're coming out with. And I've got to get myself some. I really do. I've got to get off my ass. That's why we have safety people and HSE departments, because people are fundamentally careless. I think we're becoming numb to common sense, Glenn. I see it all the time at work. People just don't think for themselves. It drives me mad. It really does. Some of the shit you see at work is just, all you got to do is stop and think, Crazy. The printing machines at work are going to have so many bloody guards and stop buttons and infrared beams and all that sort of stuff that you're not going to be able to run the bloody thing. On deck. Yeah, seeing a lot of that, George. Seeing a lot of that, mate. Anyway, I'll keep painting. Good chat, though. How long have we been going? Hour and 20. Cool. If everyone's happy to keep going, we'll keep going. What else am I going to grab? Okay. Do I want to paint anything white on this guy? No, I think I'm done with the white for now. Mainly stupid. You are right, Area 51. Couldn't agree more, Nick. It's a shame. Doesn't happen anymore. Although it still does happen. The old days, the car battery said positive and negative. Now it says don't drink the battery acid. Absolutely. Yep. And that says it all, mate. Hughes is working on the Three Amigos 3D Camaro today. Very nice print. Extremely durable. Well done, George. Getting into them, everyone. I would love to. I need to jump on the page and have a look. I really do. Thanks, Hughesy. Our OH and S here is when it's convenient. Management, no. The shit kickers, full high vis. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I'm going to need my glasses for this one. I'll put them over my glasses too. So, bear with me, boys. Might need to find a brush. Do for him. I'll do his tie later. Right. What's happening? Husey, you said you had dramas with the canopy glue not working. I wonder why that was. Because I used that on the big window on the Fox Studio build. And I glued that big window, that sheet of acetate, to painted MDF, or was it balsa? It might have been balsa that I used. It was easier to cut. But you're using it on resin, so I wonder if that would have had an impact. You're gluing it onto the resin. I wouldn't have thought so though. G'day, Gref. Yes, mate. My oldest son, bought a house not too far from here, and he's moved out. And my younger son, who's in the army, claimed his older brother's room because it's bigger, because he's a gamer and he's got a fair sized desk with multiple monitors and all that sort of stuff. So he wanted more room. So I've claimed his old room, which is small. It's, I don't know, maybe 3 by 3.6 or something. It's not huge. So I've claimed that. And because it's so bloody cold out in the garage, and in summer so bloody hot, I sort of avoid getting stuff done. So I thought, I'll take over his room, and that'll give me heating and cooling. I'll be a lot more comfortable. And that's another excuse for me to get off my ass and spend some time doing what I keep saying I'm going to do. So yeah, I only just moved the stuff in last night. I built this desk. Got a desk from Officeworks. Put that together last night. I've just dragged in the chair from outside. It's going to piss me off. I'm going to end up buying another chair. I know I am, because it's a bit tight getting it out of here, or getting it into here. So I'll probably just end up buying another chair. Doesn't have to be anything flash. And I've when I'm back at work tomorrow, I'll go up to Bunnings, which is just down the road from work, on my lunch break, and I'll grab a lamp. I'll see what they've got. I need something. The light in here over my shoulder is no good. It's just no good. So I've got a few things to do to set this up. I was saying before, I put a video up on YouTube earlier talking about that, and there's a chest of drawers here that Ryan doesn't need, because he'll be coming home this weekend, packing all his stuff before he gets posted, so he'll be taking his clothes with him. So I'll have an empty tall boy, which I will use for storage of all sorts of things that I'll be using in here. So I look forward to that, getting more organised. So yeah, mate, I've scored a room in the house. I'm not out in the garage all the time now, which is a bonus, mate, because it gets bloody cold up here. I was saying to the guys from the States earlier in the chat that we do get snow here. It does get that cold. So yeah, lucky me. I got an extra room. Now, where are we? Gref, yeah, it's Hughes's room when he comes down, which we're trying to organise for later in the year. So this will be Hughes's room. We've got a bed to go in. There we go. Don't mess it up before November. No, you'll be right, mate. All good. Is that a gynecologist's headset? This one? Actually, yeah, it is. I used to be a gynecologist. I didn't know much about it, but I'd have a look at it for her. Boom, boom. Nick V. John, I still think plastic track guys give everyone plastic track lessons regardless of light issues. I've missed something there. Okay, so Husey has said he successfully installed the windscreen with the canopy glue since making the last video. Okay, good stuff. What was the issue, Husey? You didn't use enough, or what? Dave said he's got to go. He has to look busy. I know how that feels, mate. Yep. No worries. Thanks for stopping in, mate. Thanks for the chat. Good stuff. Is anyone hitting the like button? Because I can't see any of that. I'm on StreamYard, not YouTube. So hit the like button if you could, guys. If no one's subscribed, please subscribe. I think I'm 6 away from 500. So that'd be great if you could get me across the line. And everyone's saying goodbye to Dave. Ice, yeah. Yeah, everyone's saying goodbye. Bye, Dave. Oh, I see. They're talking about 24-hour. Right. Gref saying, I have so many figures to paint, but don't have a dedicated space to do it. And that's exactly what I've done here, mate. That's exactly what I've done here. I've given myself a space where I can get that stuff done, and I don't have to sit out in the freezing cold or the heat in summer, and I can still get this stuff done. And I mean, I can be doing this now. The missus can be just on the other side of that door watching TV or whatever. I'm still in the house. So she doesn't feel as though I've abandoned her by going out to the garage, apparently. Glenn Perrin wants to discuss controllers. What do you want to discuss, Glenn? Yes, Clearwater, it is. So John D is talking about the 24-hour race, I'm guessing. Plastic track in the tightest curves and not a flowing track. Very rare for top-level US racers to race on. European teams have years of experience with that. Okay. George says he agrees. They're out of their element. Glenn, I used an ACD controller and a DS controller. Okay. DS controller. What sort of DS controller, mate? I've got a Professor motor with 2 pots, braking and throttle. And this thing is probably not good 15 years old. Fantastic. Love it. It's not as flash as some of the ones out there, but it's pretty good. It's good enough for me. Hughes' issue with the canopy glue was 3-hour drying time. He had to figure out how to securely hold the screen in place. Tape. Clearwater uses Zap canopy glue. Yeah, that's what I use. I missed John's comment about electric dreams. Not happy with car lights. Rules about car lights in the NSR 24-hour, or how they were not applied, but really bigger reasons for placing 20th. So they didn't know that they could use lights in their cars for the night driving. Is that what you're saying, John? And because of that, they were disadvantaged. I didn't see a lot of the 24-hour. I saw bits of it. I didn't see any of the night driving. Gref, yeah. Gref and I used to race a long time ago, and the Professor motor controller was the controller to have back then. Everyone just had the basic Palmer controllers. And so if we could move up to a Professor motor controller, we're in the big time. And Nick's saying, if you watch the first heat, John, with Nemus driving, you can see how poorly the car was handling. Just don't think their setup was great. So I've got a couple of combos going here. And Griff, Shane saying, I have 2 of those, I get by. Yeah, oh, you 2, huh? Right, how are you showing off now, mate? I think the US teams will be much more prepared next time they go. Now they know what to expect, and I'm sure they learned a lot. Yeah, absolutely. All right, thanks for stopping in, Glenn. Thank you very much for your chat. Appreciated. You have a good one. Italian had wiring problems in their sports cars. I thought that was just the English that had wiring problems in their cars. That's their one-to-one cars. George has got DeFalcos. I've never used a DeFalco. The rules said lights need to be connected, but not disconnected, and making the car faster, even in the dark. Oh, right. So it's a current draw thing. Well, Dave looked busy for about 3 minutes. Brad's got a Professor motor controller as well. Oh, okay. Scored a bonus. And Dave's using a DeFalco as well. I might have to have a go of your DeFalco next time I see you, mate. See what the difference is between that and my Professor motor. All right. More painting, less talking, Dick. What have we got in here? Tell you what, I'm getting through the Marshalls. This is good. So there's a Marshall. There's a Marshall. That's good. If I can get him out. That looks like a team boss. Put his headphones on. I'll give him some colour. That's another Marshall. And paint him up. All right. Bit of white on these guys while I've got the white out. Uzi has Carrera wireless controls. By the time the signal reaches the CU, the race is over. Yeah. Pretty sure you've got yourself another controller, haven't you, Shane? Didn't you pick up another controller? One that doesn't give you that lag? Lucifer, g'day. You use Carrera plungers. I couldn't think of anything worse, honestly. I don't even know why they came up with it. Didn't the thumb triggers, the plungers, weren't they big at the start of slot cars? Back in the, 50s? Isn't that all that was available? There's got to be a reason. Because I really don't think anyone would want to come up with the idea after having a trigger style controller to, well, maybe we could try this. No thanks. What is a Ramjet Digital? That might be something Hughesy could be interested in. Tell us more, Clearwater. Okay. What decals are you going to put on them? Things like team logos and car brands, Ferrari, Porsche, all that sort of stuff. because I've got some decal paper. I was going to print my own decals, which is another thing that's on the to-do list. And I was thinking of finding the Victorian Flag Marshalling Team logo and printing some of those on the back of these marshals, the flags, holding the flags. So I might do that too. Oh. Okay. So George is suggesting a different name for Electric Dreams. Is that what that's supposed to mean, George? Was there a bit of complaining going on after the NSR 24-hour by the guys in Electric Dream Team? I take it that's what you're saying. Oh, that's right. It was a Franken slot. Yep. Brad says the lag would kill me. George agrees. A DeFalco 303 with changeable resistor packs. How easy is it to change the resistor packs on it, Dave? And how often do you change the resistor pack? Do you always change them when you go to someone else's track to get it to behave better, or is it one of those things that you've never really bothered with? You just learn to drive the track? Because I've seen you drive. You can just learn to drive on anything. Shane's saying he has to drive 3 hours to race on Saturday. That's commitment. It's a long way. Very long way, mate. That's your whole day. I think UC is about 2 hours from my place. I haven't been to race on his track yet, but he's a good 2 hours. Pat's place was 3 hours, almost 3 hours, but that was a great weekend. That was an awesome weekend. I wish we could do it again. I really do. George, can you elaborate, please? Is that in reference to the plunger control as clear water? When I raced on last Saturday night, there might have been 2 people using the same controller. John D would probably know better, but there's so many different controllers out there, and the guys that I race with on a Saturday night, there's no hang-ups about you're going to have the same controller or this or that. It's not it's only a fun get together. So I don't know a lot about controllers, but I know there's a lot of different ones, and everyone's happy to go up against someone else with a different controller, even if it gives them an advantage or more tunability or whatever. We don't care. We don't care. And here's a question for John, maybe Clearwater too. What were the rules around controllers for the NSR 24-hour? Are you allowed to run anything? Oh yeah, Gref's got the Scorpius wireless controllers. Yep. And they're still behaving themselves? It's 1964 Eldon set. had trigger controllers. It's all I've ever known. 1964. Thanks, Clearwater. Ramjet Digital acts like a Carrera controller with a trigger and a lane change button. Okay. Greff's saying he's not using stickers or decals on Marshalls, but he has Aussie flags for a start. Yep, okay. Slot Car Corner has several brands of controller. Thumb plungers was the only ones prior to about 1967 when a few new trigger controllers came on the market, like the Russ kit. I've heard that name before, since produced by Palmer. Okay. Plugs into the CU or wireless for more dollars, of course. Yeah. Slot Car Home Track Hobbyist, thanks for joining in the chat, mate. Welcome. Are there any instructional videos out in YouTube land that show how to wire up aftermarket controllers to Carrera scale electric tracks? I'm sure there would be somewhere. You just got to hit that search button, mate. Hughesy, this Camaro body has no side mirrors. I'm going to steal some from another car. Which car? Wrong answers only. I would say a 1990 Hilux with the big truck mirrors. That'd be my go-to. You know the ones? The aftermarket ones with a big frame on it and the big rectangular mirror. That's one. Go get some of them. Okay, George doesn't like electric dreams. Electric dictatorship. Dave knows what he's talking about. Oh, so the resistor pack changes for 24th scale. Why do you need a different resistor pack for 24th scale? Is it a different amperage pull from the bigger motors? Is that why you need to change your resistor on your controller? I don't know. School me, mate. Purchased it for 124 scale interstate. Okay. That's a big day, Shane. Leave at 6 in the morning, drive for 3 hours, start at 9, go till 7, and get home at 10. Wow. That's a big day. A good day, though. John D bought a new DeFalco DD304, but rushed the connection and had a smoking unit for a few seconds. Now, even with more care, it just buzzes. What's 2 hours 20? Oh, to my place. Wow. I still got to get down there one day, mate. All the same controllers. For the 24-hour? Is that what you mean, Clearwater? Plunger controllers, thumb controllers, yeah. Here's one from Nick V saying, DeFalco 271 with 148 chip. Change it up to slow it up for point and shoot. Use this for high-speed cornering. Okay. Greff saying he got 2 second places last race day with his Professor motor. Nice one. What I was saying about the Carrera controller was if you use them, if you all use them, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Lots of controllers on Saturday night, no longer just Palmers. Yeah. I noticed a lot of guys with pots on the top of their controllers and heat sinks and all sorts of. What's that one that? Is it Chris? Is it Chris, the older bloke? He's got this. It looks like he's rocking up to DJ at a party. He's got this box with dials and all sorts of things on it. Wait for him to put his headphones on and start beatboxing or something. Okay, NSR 24 was any controller. I hardly ever use mine. I'm taking that to be plunge controllers, thumb controllers. Unless people are here, then we all use them. I just watched the video of Pat's weekend. Damn, it was so good. Yeah, I don't know how many times I've watched Hughesy's video. I just love it. Absolutely love it. Especially when Hughesy put the buggy in the dam. Oh, how good was that? Absolutely fantastic. You know, the first when that video came out that Saturday night, Robin and I were up in Wagga because Ryan was in training at Kapuka, and we'd gone up for the weekend to spend the weekend with him. And Saturday night, I was sitting there in the motel room just waiting for this YouTube video to start, and we loved it. We were laughing our heads off, and yeah, Robin said what a great job he does on his videos. I'm sure everyone here has watched Hughesy's videos, but if you haven't seen the Great Aussie Slot Car Road Trip video, do yourself a favour and get over and have a look. That's just the best video. I love it. I don't know how many times I've watched it. I've probably watched it at least half a dozen. It's just a great weekend, and especially for the guys who were there, great memories too. So thanks, Hughesy. Bloody legend. The Scorpius controllers are awesome. You can set 10 power curves to whatever you like and change between them with a turn of a knob. That's cheating, isn't it? That's cheating. I only say that because I never win anything, so I'll use that as an excuse. Neil, who I race against, an older gentleman, still uses a thumb plunger when we race 1/24th stockers. Wow. Clearwater had a Strombecker set from Sears in 1965 with triggers. 65. At the NSR race, people sought out hand-built expensive Italian Cobra controllers to try and get an advantage. Well, some people just take it more seriously than others, don't they? I mean, it'd be nice to say you won the NSR 24-hour, but geez, some of the extent people have to go to. Dave's suggesting to Hughesy that he gets the retractable clear view mirrors, like towing mirrors used on four-wheel drives on a Camaro. That's what Scott was about to say. All right, what about Harley Davidson mirrors, Hughesy? That's Scott's suggestion. John, when Scale Electric introduced their first race-tuned trigger controller, they noted that you could use your thumb with it. Well, that's what Gaz does, isn't it? Who we race with on a Saturday night. He uses his trigger controller, but he uses his thumb to activate the trigger rather than his forefinger or middle finger. And I commented saying that thumb controllers weren't allowed because he was doing very well. he got the joke. This has been real fun, guys. Thanks for jumping on. I appreciate everyone getting on. This has been really good. I'm learning stuff. Clearwater, you're like me. anything electrical, I can produce smoke. I can't remember the actual ohms now, but it was better with the Plarfit motors. Okay. George says they call that letting the factory smoke out. Right. Okay. I get it. That controller is a true speed. I'm looking at either that or the one controller with digital memory. I still have a bunch of Palmer controllers from a few decades ago, 20 and 25 ohm with scaly plugs were available at my hobby shop. Yeah. This is good. YouTube on while I tune cast for Saturday before work. No dramas, mate. I'm having a ball. I'm getting stuff done and I'm having a good chat. I'm learning stuff. So I'm really enjoying myself today. What's the time? It's midday. Avoca Drift Shed. G'day, mate. West Coast mirrors. What are the West Coast mirrors? Can you explain, mate? The resistor packs or bridge is mainly for big commercial tracks with high-powered motors, but can be used for a home wood track. I have one myself that I used for commercial track racing. I did. Cool. The last 2 minutes of that vid wrecks me. Yep. Thanks, DG, but I think Dave meant the weekend at Pat's vid we all attended. Oh, okay, not the bit with the road trip. Okay. Weekend at Pat's, right, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we all do, mate. We all do. We really do. We miss him in our private chat that Hub and Husey and I have still got going, which we use to talk about what we're going to do on the show. We just miss his sense of fun and sense of humour, mate. Yeah, such a shame that he had to leave us so early, mate. Yeah. Cool. DeFalco DD304 just buzzing, and is that supposed to be no track power? John's looking for a way to fix that. And George is saying contact Jim DeFalco. He will help you with it. Go straight to the source, eh? Getting cold in here. Where's it buzzing from, John? Nick's trying to help. Buzzing was from the heat sink pack. Clearwater saying True Speed and Ramjet both make digital controllers for Carrera. This is been really, really good. See if I can get some more light on this desk. That's a bit better. Is that too bright for you guys? Let's put me in the dark. Yep. All right, let's keep going. Don't worry with either of those guys. I don't need any white while I've got the white out. Over there. Dave says he does love his Professor motor with variable sensitivity and brake. Yep. That's it there. And like I said, it's She's getting on in years now, but still old faithful, still reliable. And I guess that's the main thing, isn't it? Is to find a controller you can rely on, because there's plenty of other variables in the hobby that can let you down, I suppose. Yeah, absolutely, Dave. Got to try and get this one stray hair off this brush. It's driving me mad. Got it. Okay. Nick's saying he's not sure John will tell you or wanted back to look at it. Either way, it sounds like he's going to be the man to talk to about it, John. Yeah, absolutely, mate. The old Trayback Hilux. Plenty of farms. Where are you from? Avoca. Is that from Avoca in Victoria? Sorry, guys, I'm concentrating. Thanks for being part of it, George. Appreciate your time, mate. You get a good night's sleep. Chat again. Thanks, mate. So I wonder what you're talking about, mate. You have an avocado here. You have an Avoca up in Queensland. Okay. Yeah, see you, George. Appreciate your input, mate. Wow, we've been going 2 hours. Should I wrap this up? Is 2 hours getting a bit desperate? If you guys are still happy to chat, I'm happy to keep it going. Like I said, I'm just painting figures. Oh, you're working on a design. Where are we? Working on a design for your stickers, mate. What are you thinking? You want me to go for 20 more minutes, mate, because you're on lunch? That's fine, mate. Keep going until everyone says get off. Okay, so it wasn't Avoca, the town. It was a street name where his track was. Okay. Oh, okay. You use ChatGTP to design your logo stickers. Well, it did a bloody good job, mate. Bloody good job. Lucifer. Sometimes slot car racing on club level is so technical and intimidating for a newbie. I'm surprised they are not using wind tunnels for their cars. Yeah, that's a bloody good point. Bloody good point. That's why I think club racing needs to be a social club for newbies to get into it, where club members are welcoming and happy to share their tips and tricks and all that sort of stuff, because it can be intimidating. You know, a lot of people, all they want to do is win, and yeah, that's at the club's detriment, I think, sometimes. Graf tried ChatGPT. UC said a lot of stuffing around. Can't get it right. Put letters in random places. Can't get images right, etc. Okay. Saying g'day to Lucifer. John D. To prevent discouraging, we keep close to box stock cars with standard motors and gear ratios. Yeah, and John, I think that's why we have so much fun. Because you grab a car, you do basic tuning. Geez, we like to run Revo slots and NSRs, so we don't even have to put aftermarket tyres on them. Yeah. Easy reckons next year at NSR, wind tunnel scrutinies. So David's saying they had experiences like that during national events. Probably why Dave and his brother don't do it anymore. It's not fun. It's really not fun. Anders, totally agree on the social part. Well said. Thanks, mate. It's just what I saw when I first got into slot cars. I saw a lot of that. Not a lot, but I saw it. Of people just not wanting anyone else to come in case they got beaten, basically. But yeah, it's just more fun. Like John said, the cars we run are basically box stock, a bit of tuning, a bit of weight, and just go and have some fun. So Gref's saying that the Q32 club rules are very basic. Standard cars, only tyres in most cases. Yeah, and I bet you guys have as much fun as we do. Brad saying, I used a company that I was switched to from Sticker Mule. May or may not use them again, depending on their response. Okay. So they were designing the stickers for you as well, Brad, not just printing them? So you're in Goulburn, New South Wales. Back to the old 720 Dados. I had one a long time ago, the old 720 Dado. It was a good little ute. It was great. I was doing some courier work, light stuff. It was good. Really? Dave's thinking about going to the NSR Nats. Oh, in South Australia. Sorry. South Australia. Oh, mate. Might be able to tie in a weekend to go and visit Ryan. He's going to South Australia to a base there. I'll have to keep that in mind. Nick's saying, yeah, do it, Dave. John, we nearly got to race the NSR Arbath cars at Bonza Raceway on Saturday. They're club cars. Same cars everyone would get to race. One colour car for each of the 4 lanes provided by the host Alex, but we ran out of time. We had 13 races on Saturday night, and I think when we finished the class before the NSR Arbath cars, I think a lot of the guys wanted to get home to watch the start of the Le Mans 24 hours too. But it was getting to be a long night because there was so many guys there. But it was a great night. Had a lot of fun. Brad's saying design and print, not what he expected, but they seem to want to fix the issue. Okay. And Shane's saying, yeah, if you watch that video of the BRM small sedans, yeah, I posted, the racing was awesome. Andy got a win and got a round of applause as it was so good. Yeah, we had some really good close racing on Saturday night too. It was just a lot of fun. And of course, with a name like mine, Dick, you can imagine the innuendos and the name jokes that were going on. I've heard them all before. They water off a duck's back, but all the other guys seem to think they were pretty funny. Griff saying he'd love to go to the Nats. Yeah, the Arbath races were fun. So Nick says they have rookie racing at the club, so they're looked after. Different grades on skill level. Yeah, cool. That's good. I'll have to come to a race night at Bonza next time you're down. Yeah, you missed a good one, mate. It was a really good night. It was a lot of fun. Dick and 3 fingers. Dick and 3 fingers. Me too, Dave. I'll definitely be the next one. Yep, got to get up there, Scott. And as I would like to show up at the NSR 24 hour in Italy with a team using the Mario Kart body on the NSR chassis. Can you imagine there'd be people throwing banana skins on the track and everything? That's what I miss about some of the RC clubs I've been in. Everyone likes a win, but most will jump in to help when needed. Yeah, that's the whole spirit of it. Mel's new name, 3 fingers. Okay, you have to private message me about that one. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. Coffee's cold. What else we got going on? Shane, for me, the Nats are a bit daunting with rules and possible loopholes. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever. I don't think I'd compete, but I'd like to go and watch the racing. With the track car at Arbath, sometimes a driver with usually highly prepared cars does not do so well. Well, that's the thing. It becomes a level playing field for everyone when you're using house cars, especially Alex's. You know that they're set up the same. You know there's no advantage for anyone, and it gives the poorer drivers like myself a chance to win something too. Slotcart Dojo, g'day mate. Thanks for joining in. Oh, I see. Right, okay, Dave, got it. 3 fingers instead of 3 rooms. Yeah, like Scott said. Johnny V, track car Carrera new NASCAR's race went well too. Yeah, when we raced at Johnny V's, he brought out the Carrera NASCARs. They were really good. Yeah, really, really good. Shane Greff saying, I did a second in open LMP at the Nats at Mobile Raceways in 2010. Yes. Yeah, they were good days down there. So Dave's saying, Greff, it's handout motors and tyres, so I'm even more interested. Thanks, mate. Yeah, it's getting there. It's a bit bare and there's not a lot in here, but as you can see, I'm packing stuff in already that I need to clear out for some more space. But I think I'll get another table or something in here and spread things out a bit to give myself a bit more room. But it's nice to be inside with the heater on. It's bloody cold up here. The Kingelman. Yeah, 8-laner. Wonder what happened to that. And do you know what happened to that, Dave? Did a private buyer take that? You want a good size shed for that one. Yeah. Oh, I might just go over those again now. They'll be dry. No, he doesn't know what happened to it. I think private buyer may have taken it, which would be a great track to have at home, wouldn't it? That'd be awesome. Jump on that and go for a blast. Remember the slot at Group C's were fun on that track. Let them wind right out. It was good fun. Really good fun. Yeah. Greff remembers it well too. All right, second coat for these marshals with their white overalls, a la the Victorian flag marshal team. Shane's saying there was cheating in Perth with handout motors at the Nats. Oh, where'd you hear that? The Kingelman? Griff saying it was obvious. I didn't see any of it. It was awesome. Okay. John D. There was a saga on the sale of the Kingelman. Not sure of details, but not a smooth process. Still would be a great track to have at home. And Dave said he heard that and he knows who. Not great, but an easy catch. What do you mean, Shane? Did you see the BRM group cracking at War Raceway? And as it's time for breakfast here in Sweden, thank you for keeping it real, all you Aussie legends. Good on you, mate. Thanks for calling by and stepping in and joining the chat. Bloody great. Going for 2 hours, 20 minutes. That's incredible. Nick's saying the NSR Nationals will be a standard cars, aside from GT3, which will be gearing only. Handout tyres, not motors, but cars will be spread checked. So no crazy fast motors. Well, that's not too bad. Brad's saying we raced stock cars backwards on a Kingleman around 1991. Wow. Running them in reverse. So first corner's the big right-hand bank. NSR Perth on a forum had photos of a glued-in motor despite no gluing in allowed. Oh, that's not in the spirit of it. Yeah, thanks, Anders. Thanks for dropping in, mate. I was told by someone that there was... I was told by someone that was there that they were handout motors and someone decided to put their own motor in the car. And little did they know they had a blue light process to identify motors. Autocorrect is killing me, he says. So what do you mean, mate? Give you a minute to type. Get some more paint on here. Dave's struggling with autocorrect as well. Really? I'd like to see that. Hey DG, that Azito kit got the job done. Thanks for the tip. Yeah, great little unit, isn't it? And for the price you paid for that whole kit, I think I paid about $90 for that. So you've done really well. And remember, Hub uses his flat out 3 times a week. Dave, V32 vid. Yeah, probably. Might just be one of his private ones that never got up on V32. He's answered it. Yeah, that was a V32. They had a blue light that showed a mark on the handout motors. Okay. And obviously there was no blue mark on this one. Or no mark that showed up with the blue light. What I'm trying to say. I can't paint and talk at the same time. I'm just a man. I'm just a mere male. $15 years ago. Yep. That's when I got into slot cars. Bit over 15 years ago. And then, geez, there was a fair while where I didn't really have much to do with it. Mainly when the kids came along. It was hard to get time. But it's amazing how fast time goes, isn't it? And then we all fall back into it somehow. We get a bit of time up our sleeves, and then we make time, which is the best part. A Ninko Enduro or something. Yep. Please, mate. Please find it. Put it up on your channel. My buddy told his phone to text me, "I'm here, open the gate." The text I received said, "I'm openly gay." Love it. Oh, that's gold. Dave said he's seen some on Gref's channel. Yeah. Gref's shed. That was us at war having a laugh at the BRM enduro we just had. Chris is saying it's time for bed. Catch everyone tomorrow night on Two Lines. Good on you, Chris. Thanks for calling in and being part of the chat. It's been a lot of fun for me, mate. I'm getting stuff done and I'm having a chat at the same time. It's great. Good stuff. I'm just hoping people aren't bored shitless, that's all. If they are, they'll leave, I suppose. But I'm just going to paint another coat of white on these Marshalls, and then I think I'm going to call it quits and go and have some lunch. I reckon that's how this is going to pan out. So we'll keep going for a little while, and then it'll be lunchtime. Thank you, Chris. I'm not doing anything. I'm just painting some figures. You guys are all jumping in and having a chat. That's the best part. So thank you. Nick's appreciating the text about being openly gay. Open the gate. Openly gay. Oh, that's gold. Yeah, good stuff. Well, I'm just about done. I've got 2 more figures to give a second coat to, and then I'm going to call it quits. So I want to thank everyone who's joined in. It's been a lot of fun. I've had a couple of laughs. I hope everyone's had a good time. And I've got to say, I'm glad I set up this room, because I wouldn't be doing this out in the garage. It's just way too bloody cold. So, what paints am I using, Scott? 1 second, mate. Let me finish this guy off and I'll show you. They're just Tamiya paints. They're a water-based paint. No, actually, they're not water-based. I think they're an acrylic, but they're flammable. So they've got some sort of alcohol, or you can wash these. You can wash the brushes in IPA, isopropyl alcohol. So they must have some sort of solvent in them. I'm not exactly sure. It says flammable. Hang on, get rid of the. See if you can. So it says flammable, but It's just a Tamiya acrylic paint, a flammable acrylic paint. So the brushes wash out in water, which is what I've been doing. I've been keeping the brush from drying out. As I said, sometimes I'll wash them out with some isopropyl alcohol, which I know a lot of people sometimes find hard to get. But I can get IPA from work. We have 200-litre drums of the stuff, so they don't miss a couple of 100 mil. Most blokes out in the bloody printing hall spill more than that every time they get some. So that's not really an issue. What's going on? The day's going fast while working. Yes, I wish mine would go fast, 12-hour days. Brad's got packages. He's going to work on track and get some shit done. See you later. Thanks for joining us, Brad. Thank you, mate. UC slot guys are saying definitely not water-based. Well, the brushes clean up fine in water. Like I said, you can use IPA or water to clean it. So, and it is acrylic. So it's not, they're not real harsh solvents. What are you saying, Dave? What's the main solvent in the Tamiya paints? Do you know? Because you'd know that ethanol is miscible with water. It will separate, but it is miscible with water. So if it's some sort of ethanol-based solvent, yeah, I saw you unpacking that box and finding them, but you said that they were so old they probably weren't worth opening. So I've just cleaned that in water. Might be a bit hard to see, but I've got some IPA here. So that's been cleaned in water. I don't know if you can see that. There's not a lot coming off it in the IPA, so the water's cleaned it up pretty good. So, yeah, whatever you've got on hand, really. And that's come up pretty good. So I'll put its little protective cover on. Put that back in the rack. Whew. Smell that. And that's it. You may have different ones. Oh, you may have Humbrol. I remember as a kid doing plastic kits, we used to get Humbrol paints, the little ones with the tins, with the little lid you had to flick off. A metal tin, whereas this is a jar, a plastic lid. It might be Humbrol you're thinking of. J-Car has IPA. That's handy to know. Yeah, Terps. About 15 years old. Yeah, Terps. Could be Humbrol. John D. DG, do you think Tampo printed cars use ink for decoration? Rescued a Tampo from the predictive text alternative and got changed to. Rescued Tampo from the predictive text alternative and it got changed. I'm not sure what you mean there, John. You've got Humbrol too, but maybe I was doing it wrong. I think I need to get some IPA. It seems to be used for lots of things in the hobby. IPA is just cleaning solvent. If you want to put one of those hooks, the 3M hooks with the self-adhesive tape on the wall or anything like that, and they say clean the wall, usually IPA. They can sometimes say don't use normal household cleaners like spray and wipe or anything like that, but you want to use IPA. It evaporates quick and it's a solvent, so it cleans. Yeah, that's cleaning solvent. Sometimes they'll call it IPA. Yeah, I got that, mate. Oh, Tampo changed to tampon. And Dave has IPA there too. Yeah, you probably got 200 litre drums. Who do you source yours through, mate? Who do you get your IPA from if you get them in drums? Interesting to see who your supplier is. We get ours through ARM, which is used to be an Amcor-owned raw material supplier, and then they changed their name to All Raw Materials. They're up in south of Sydney, I think, close to Sydney. Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see who your supplier is, mate, over there. Not sure where. Okay. Interesting to find out. If you want to ask someone and let me know later, that'd be interesting. For those who don't know, Dave and I work in the same industry. So we often talk about work, and we're miles from each other. So, okay, you deal with Solvents Australia. Never heard of them. Solvents Australia. I'll look them up. Thanks, mate. All right, I'm done. I'm painted. I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 figures painted in that little session. So thanks, guys. I'm going to call it quits, going to have some lunch, and then I'll be back in here painting some more figures, I think, and I'll put some YouTube videos on. I'll go back through this chat and see who has advised me to watch what. And thanks very much for tuning in. Thanks for your support. Hope you've hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe. I don't often ask for this, but I'm close to 500, and I'd love to get over the line. Dave has said we closed our reviewer here in Vic. Unfortunately, I miss it. So you're just doing Flexo now, mate. Thank you, John. Thank you, Jeff. And we'll see you later, Scott. We'll chat soon, mate. So, all right, that's it. I'm going to end the stream. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate everyone jumping on. I didn't expect to see many people at all, but it's been great. It's been 2 hours and 38 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun. Thanks very much, guys. See you later.